Hey everyone, I'm Jack Hammer, and tonight I want to go ahead and take you guys through Justin Fields versus Clemson. This is a game that a lot of people have been talking about and a lot of people want to see. So, been going through all of his 2020 games. Already have done the national championship, but this was the last one. The national, we kind of did a couple of them out of sequence, but this is the last one. So, let's go ahead and jump right into it. One thing is, as I start this off, uh, just as a reminder, going into this game the week before, they had beaten Northwestern in the Big Ten championship game. In that game, they had run for just under 400 yards, 399 to be exact, on 44 carries. Really, right around the second quarter of the game, about halfway through the second quarter of that Indiana game that Fields struggled in, Ohio State started to run the ball more, and they really started to pile up the yards on the ground. If you look at that stretch between you look at Indiana, Michigan State, Northwestern, and Clemson. All those games, you have three of the first Indiana over 300 yards, 322 versus Michigan State, 399 against Northwestern, and then against Clemson, 254. So you really started to see the Ohio State offense start to really be able to pound the ball on the ground. The reason I bring that up is you're gonna see that take place and affect this game somewhat, as well as some really nice plays by Justin Fields as well. So let's go ahead and then just jump onto it. And first down, they come out running. They, like I just said, they had been running the ball really well the last couple of weeks, so they're going to come out and try to establish the running, see if they can keep it going. First down, it's a gain of only a yard out here on a stretch play out to the left side. They're going to come back on second down with another run. On second and 9, they're going to gain 5, actually 6. Sets them up with a third and 2. And then on third and 2, they're gonna go to Fields on a little quarterback run. They're gonna try to pick it up with Fields. Here on third and 2, a little bit of a power run with him, and they stuff him at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And so at the end of the first possession of the game comes up with a 3 and out. They've run the ball 3 times. And they jump into the next possession. They're going to start off right here. So this is where we get to see Fields start to throw the ball. So they're going to come out. You're going to see the tight end. This tight end right here. They're in 12 formation. 1 running back, 2 tight end receivers. The down tight end is going to run a little curl and over the middle right here. The one that's offset is going to run a flat. The receiver is going to run a curl. It's good. So his read here should be on the flat defender. It's run through. You see the safety jump to the flat. He does a really nice job of sitting in there and hitting the curl. It's really quick, really, it happens really fast, and he's able to see it good here, and he gets the ball out quick. Watch his footwork. 1, 2, 3. He's got that little hitch in his step, though. That's the one thing that I would like to see him work on. It really hurts in some of his other throws, and we'll see if it comes up in this game. But it is on his other throws throughout the season, you see him doing that hitch quite a bit. Out of the shotgun like this, with just a quick 3-step drop, there really shouldn't be much of a need to hitch that up. I'm not sure really why he's looking to the left as much as he is, because the read, if he's reading this, the read's all out here to the right side. He needs to see what's going on. You start off by reading the safety. So he's reading this safety here. You're going to see him dive to the flat. We saw that in the all-22 view, and that tells you that the curl is going to be open. So nice way to start the game off, though. As far as the throwing, how they're going to come out, they're going to be going deep. They're going to be showing deep. He's looking with verticals. He's got a vertical here, vertical down at the bottom. The tight end's going across. It's pretty well covered. He might have this guy, but at one point he's kind of jammed up. He does a really nice job, though, of checking this down and look at all of the open area. And he gets this out here, and Sermon does the rest of the work flying down the sidelines. So what I liked about this one when I watched it is just how quickly and decisive he is to turn and hit the check down. Because he's reading deep. He doesn't like what he sees on the left side of the field, and then comes back real fast. You can see it really good here from the end zone. Left, moves away from the pressure, and then just dumps it off. And Sermon just once they started putting this guy in the game a lot more often, that's really when their offense started to blow up. He wasn't used a whole lot in the beginning of the season, and then they give it to him here, and it's a touchdown. Trey Sermon was really the engine that got this offense going in the second half of the season. He changed everything about the Ohio State offense, really, in the way that they were able to attack. Now, that one, they get the ball snapped before the defense is even ready, off to the races, touchdown. So now I think it's 7-7 at this point. So pretty good start, though. And that series right there, he finally gets to throw. That curl route was nice, and then the check down was a good one too. Like as I said, the only thing though on that little curl off to the right, doesn't even look there until he throws the ball. So it's a little kind of, to me, it shows a little bit of a pre-snap determination where he's going to go with the ball. But let's just keep running it here. 1st and 10, they're going to go to a quarterback run. It's a little QB read, and he does a nice job getting up the field for about 13. And then they'll run the ball in the next one. Here's the QB read. You see the end dive down. That's his cue to take off. 1st and 10, they're going to run the ball here. They're going to get 9. Sermon just churning at the end. And this next one is one of the first big shot plays of the game that people will remember. So what you're going to get is you're going to get the vertical down the sideline here. You're going to get another vertical down this side over here. Watch, he does a good job. As he's running his play fake, he's getting his eyes to the free safety. That's who he needs to read to decide where he's going. You can see him right here. He's got his eyes on the free safety. The free safety turns and goes to the middle of the field. That tells him that he's going to this man right here running the seam. He gets it up quick, lots of space, and the receiver makes a nice catch on the back end. But once again, going back to it, and we'll see this from the end zone view in a second. Play action, he gets his eyes on the safety. As the safety starts to work to the middle of the field, like he's turned his hips. At this point, he's done. He's not going to be able to get to this guy. There's no way he's going to be able to flip his hips and get back around. And Fields knows that. Takes his hitch, lets it go for a big gain down the sidelines. Let's watch it again from here. Watch his head. You can see he's got his eyes here. And then he knows he's going to have it open down the side, and he takes it. Really nice job of reading that one there. And they come back with a run. They get stuffed in the backfield on 1st and goal. And then on 2nd and goal, you're going to get a false start. So I'll just fast forward through that too. So now they got 2nd and goal, kind of 2nd and long. They're going to run a little screen. It gets blown up in the backfield, and he does a good job of taking off. And what I like about it is when he takes off running, he runs to where the screen was supposed to be. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way, but as you see here, he wants to hit the running back. Now watch what happens to the running back though. Let's slow it down to make it a little bit easier. As the running back gets up he gets caught by the defensive tackle. Both of them basically mug him. And at that point, he knows he doesn't have the running back anymore, so he just takes off. And then this is where the athlete comes in, and he does a good job of, at this point, sliding. Later on in this game, we're going to see him not slide. And instead, a lot of times when he runs, he has a tendency to spin. And we're going to see what happens when you put your body in that kind of position in a little bit as we get through this game. But again, from the back, go ahead and watch the running back just gets mugged by the defensive tackle. Does a good job of grabbing him. Field sees it, and he does a good job, though, of getting out to where all of his blockers are and then sliding down. This is by far his best game of the season, not even close to anything else that you're going to see from him. That was a really nice one there. And then here we've got 3rd and goal. What you're going to get here is you're going to get this guy's going to be going up. He's going to be coming underneath it. He's wide open right about here. He passes it up for some reason though. Let's see. I got this. Slow it down again just a little bit. So you get your vertical. He's going to come underneath it. It's basically a pick. He's open. I don't know why he pulls away from it. And he throws it to a touchdown to the tight end on the other side. I'm not sure why he doesn't throw the smash route right there because he's got him wide open. He pulls off of it and he throws it to the other side for some reason. A much tougher throw over to the tight end than what he has over here. Because they're in man, so he's going to try to come up here, and this guy's going to try to take everybody out, and that's what he does. And this guy's wide open, and he just turns his head, and he gets lucky over here on the left side. The DB's right there, but he's not able to get his hand on it, and the ball's stuck to the tight end. Really nice. Let's watch his head and see if he even looks to the right side. Yeah, he's looking there. For some reason, he doesn't like what he sees, and he decides to throw the other way. So I'm not really sure what he's seeing there because it's wide open on the right side, unless he thinks he's going to go to a specific receiver. But he's got it. It works out for him on this one, which is good for Ohio State. It's just something to pay attention to as you go through his film. You see things like that quite a bit, but it works out for him, and so you can't really complain too much. 1st and 10, they're going to run a little wide receiver screen out here to the right side. He's going to take the snap, play action, gets it to him in a good spot where it kind of leads him up the field. And Olave, I think that does a nice little job of getting up the field and getting him a 1st down. The play action kind of slows him down a little bit as he goes to turn, but he makes a nice throw. Puts it in a good spot where he's leading them up the field, and he gets right up there, 1st down, really nice. 1st and 10, you're going to get an RPO with an out to the right. Quick, easy throw, pitch and catch. It's really an extension of the run game in a lot of ways. And he sticks it right on him, right on the sideline on the boundary for a gain of 5. See it again from this view. Now you get your run. A nice gain of about 10 from Sermon. That's really the part of the difference in this game is that you have one team that was able to run the ball and the other one wasn't really running the ball very well. Ohio State was able to continually get the ball moving on the ground if they were struggling in the passing game. They didn't really struggle all that much. There wasn't any need because they were running the ball so well. And here he takes the deep shot to the right side. It's an overthrow. Just misses the deep shot. That's the one guy has open. He takes the right. He throws it to the right spot. He just misses the throw. Let's come back and watch it from the end zone view. You're going to see him hit his back step. Looks to the left quick. Looks in the middle. Now he's going to take the shot down the right side. And he just misses it. Now we got 2nd and 10 right here. And he's really going to be, he's got the trips out here on the left side. He's going to be really locked into there's going to be a curl route up here on the top of the screen to about a 10-yard curl. It's going to be covered pretty well. He's really going to be locked in on there. And he doesn't really get back to the other side of the formation. He's going to be pretty much tied over here. And when you watch this run through, he's going to have 2 receivers open on the left side that he doesn't see. And he takes off and gains about 6. But he has, he's got the guy, he's got, let's watch the bottom of the screen here. If he just comes off, he's got a curl out here that he's got both curls that are open. He's got this curl here that's wide open that he could have gone to. The receiver on the bottom of the screen, he just kind of keeps going. He doesn't really do anything. But nice, good scramble there. This is going to set up 3rd and 2. And in this situation right here, they're going to run but typically they like to, out of this formation, a lot of times they like to run a bench route. What I mean by that is this tight end's going to come across and really kind of set a pick for this receiver who's running across as well. And then you've got this receiver up here at the top of the screen who's going to come across and hook up in the middle of the field about 10, 12 yards downfield. This time, though, it's a little bit of, they run a little bit of a variation. What's going to happen, you see this guy start to run his cross. He's going to stop and come back outside. Same thing with this tight end. So it's really very similar to what to all the other crossers. But what this motion does with them coming back out, it really does a good job of opening up the middle of the field. And he's going to do a good job of waiting for it. It opens up, and he sticks it in the middle of the field for a nice first down. This is a route you see Alabama runs it quite a bit. So does BYU. That's one of the few times that I've seen them run it like with that type of action out of the receiver zone. It really almost does a better job of opening up the throwing lane. Play action, rolls right. There's nothing open, and he takes off down the sideline. If you watch it again, he actually has the comeback route open. Right now, and instead he decides to take off and run. He's feeling himself in this game. You can tell he's kind of in his zone in this game at this point. Because right here, but the thing is, see, he's not looking. He's looking for this route right here. He never even looks to the comeback route. So as we watch this from the All-22, it looks like he's looking at it and then he takes off. You can't really see his head very well when you're looking at it from this high view up here, especially in the Superdome. But what you see when you watch it from the end zone view is he never even looks out to the receiver here. He ends up picking up more yardage, so it's fine. But from a throwing standpoint, you know, he's determined before the snap that he thinks this guy is going to open. He gets out here, and he's not open because this guy's on him. And so now he has the run, which is fine because he's got the legs to do it. And Clemson's not in position to defend it very well. But it's something that you got to think about. You see, in this game, he's doing really well. A lot of his early reads are open. Either his early reads are open, or he's able to make a play with his legs. So we're not seeing a lot of progression reading on this one. It's pretty much one go. Sometimes it's two go, but not really going past that yet. 1st and 10, they're going to run the ball here, gain 3. And then we're going to get to 2nd and 7 on the next play. On this next play, we're going to get to 2nd and 10. This is a 49er style of play. He's going to roll out to his left side here, and you're going to get the man open on the backside. See, he's starting to roll out to his left. See, this tight end acts like he's blocking. He's going to release, and he's going to come out over here and be completely wide open. We've seen the 49ers do this with George Kittle and Kyle Juszczyk. And there's your 2nd touchdown of the game. 3rd, excuse me. So nice little shot play that's called here. Roll out to the right. There's nothing going on. His job is to get out here, bring the defense with him, and throw it back. Does a really good job of drawing the defense over. And they're not ready for it, and he hits them. Really nice. So here we come with the next possession now. 1st and 10. We're going to get a play action with a bootleg. out to the right side. Hits the flat quick. Nice little gain of 3. So now we got a play action here with a curl. This is a good one. This is nice throw out to the side. This is a throw that if you watch the Big Ten championship game, if you watch my breakdown of that one, this was a ball that for whatever reason in that game he just wasn't throwing, even when it was open like this. This time he takes the shot and he sticks it right in the right spot, right on the outside hip of the receiver. Really nice spot. Nice accurate throw. The interesting part of this one is when you watch it back from the All-22 is just take a look at the front 7. They've been running the ball so well. You get everybody stepping up, and that run action helps open up the draw the flat defender, which opens up the throwing lane as well. He sticks it on him. Really nice ball. Nice pitch and catch. And now here on 1st and 10, you're going to get a sprint right out to the right. So what I mean by that, he's just going to take off. Again, if you watch the Big Ten game, championship game, there was a couple of times or one play where in particular where they did this with him and he ran really flat, basically got the ball and just ran right down where he was. What I like about this one is this time you see him gain depth, and that depth helps him get around the pile right here that you have, and he does a nice job of throwing the out. It's really more of a curl, kind of curls and comes back towards the sideline. Really nice. I like the fact just that depth step that he takes at the beginning is what allows him not to have any to worry about that pressure from the defensive end. If he's coming down flat, he would have had that guy right in his face. Nice depth step out of the snap. And then we get into a good deal of running here. Nice run. Inside the 30. First down again, they run it for just a short one. Yeah, this one right here, the film kind of gets messed up, but we can watch it from the end zone view. Nice little play. It's a little run play, and he just gets stuffed in the backfield for a loss. That was the 2nd and 9 play. So it sets up 3rd and 13. On this one, he's going to look out to his left. You're going to see him look to his left. He's going to hold it. Then he's going to look to the middle, and he's going to take off running. Looking to the left. It's covered right now. I don't know why he's staring at it because there's nowhere that this guy is going to go. At that point, he kind of takes a little bit of a peek to the middle. He's got a guy wide open over here if he decides to throw it. But he never gets that far. He's staring this guy down. He kind of goes here a little bit, but as you can tell by his feet, he's ready to take off right now. And as he's running, he goes to do his spin, and he just gets squared up. One of the few times you see him get squared up when he does that, and that's the shot in the ribs. But let's watch his eyes on this one. I'm going to slow it down for you. It's going to look, obviously, don't worry about how long he's looking. You see he's looking. Kind of comes back to the middle just a fraction before he decides to take off. And then this is where he spins, and the spin 47 just does a good job of squaring him up, and he gets his helmet right in his ribs. But again, on this one, there was, let's go back to the all-22 again, just to kind of take a look at it. He's only got 3 guys in the route. He's got a couple of guys run. He's got the guy on the left running vertical. He's got the guy in the middle. The tight end is running vertical, and then he's got a guy on the far right side running that's going to run a curl. And they got an extra blocker in too, so they got 7 protection. And this needs to be quicker. Covered, open. Instead, he runs and he gets hurt. If you throw it over here, they're going to gain more yardage anyway. All right, let's fast forward through this now. We've already seen him get hit once. So 4th and 2, they go ahead and go for it, and they run it for a first down. They get it inside the you get it down to where it's going to be 1st and goal. So it's now 2nd and 9, and you're going to get a sprint to the right. Receiver does a nice job of coming back to the pylon, and he puts it right on him. Really good ball. Really nice placement on that one. Like where he threw that. The fact that he throws this to the pylon, there's no way that it's kind of, this is a tight throw, but where he throws this ball, there's no way for the defensive back to get to it. Either this ball's going out of bounds or it's going to be caught for a touchdown. Really good job by the receiver. Really good job by Fields, though, of sticking it in that spot. See him with the sprint. He sees it the whole way, lets it go, and sticks on the right spot. Nice ball for a touchdown. Still in the first half here. 8 yards on first down. Second and 2. You get another big run. About 10. Another run, about 4, and then that sets up 2nd and 6. Yeah, the film kind of cuts out here. It's pretty well covered, though. And then he gets another shot in his ribs again. That's the second one of the game. But just without, even though you don't really see the play, you can see where they're running on this pattern. They got 3 deep, basically, for Ohio State, that is. Doesn't look like there's any check down receivers anywhere. Maybe he has one out here to the bottom of the screen, but you can't see it because it's the way that the film is cut up. Either way, he's looking downfield. All the deep routes are covered. Not sure if you could have been able to get the flat route or not. Over here to the side, don't know what the covers look like down there. 3rd and 9 here, and they're going to go to the running game and pick up the first down. Just look at the run. I mean, that looks like Marshawn Lynch just not going down, spinning through. Really nice carry. And then 1st and 10, we're going to get a pass. Darn, it kind of cuts off again here, but he's looking, and he ends up coming to the check down, just a little flip. Yeah, it's unfortunately not able to see what the play was, but at least they get, you can see he gets a little check down. That was a 1st and 10 play, a little 5-yard gain, so it's going to set up 2nd and 5. And now at this point, they're going to run a flood concept here. So you've got vertical from the outside receiver. The running back's going to leak into the flat, and then this receiver that's in the slot is going to run the dig across to try to be the second level of the flood. The deep's covered. This one right here looks like it's going to be covered. Does a good job of checking it down. Look at their space. There's about 13 yards between the running back and the nearest defender. Give him the ball, let him go make a play. And he's able to, and they pick up the 1st down. Smart, take what the defense is giving you, get the ball out of your hand. You're going to see him hold, he's looking at that. He's looking for the dig. He doesn't, on that one, he's not looking at the vertical at all. He's looking for this backside for the cross. It's covered, and then he drops it off to the flat. 1st and 10, we'll get a run. Now we get it here to 2nd and 10. I don't think they gained anything on that first one. You're going to get a little play action. You're going to get a double move out of both these outside receivers. They're both going to run a stop and go. And he sticks with the left side. That's where he decides that he wants to work. And I understand that because this is the wider side of the field. You're hoping that you get more room over there. The receiver just doesn't run a very good route. Gets pushed to the boundary, leaves him nowhere to throw the ball. You get the safety come over the top. It's pretty well covered. The other side was more open, but this is one of those situations where he's got to pick a side before the play. He picks the left side. And Olave just runs a bad route. I mean, let's watch him. He's going to come up here. He's going to run his stutter. He's trying to take an outside release. There's nowhere for that ball to be thrown. As a receiver, you got to keep this thing. Right. You see the numbers are a little bit further to the middle of the field on an NFL field than they're in the college game, but you really want to keep yourself running up the numbers. And that's what these little lines here are for, the 30 and 20. That's where the numbers would normally be on a college field. Those receivers, you really want to keep your path no further than the outside, this part of the number, because that gives you this little box area to be able for the quarterback to drop the ball into. In this case, he just gets driven out. The DB does a nice job of he starts to take an outside release anyway, and the DB just does a nice job of kind of taking him out there and letting him run himself out of position. So it's an incomplete pass, ends up as a bad one. But that's not on Fields at all. And then here on 3rd and 10, you're going to get a blitz. You're going to get a busted coverage. He's going to get to the tight end over the middle, really nice. Gets it off his hand quick. Sticks it on him. My only thing here is I like to see him again. It's a great ball. This is a mechanical thing, though. I'd like to see him be able to go 1, 2, 3, and he has a strong enough arm. He doesn't need to do that hitch. The receiver's so wide open, it doesn't really matter. When you watch their other games throughout the course of the year, it shows up more on it from a timing. That's part of why this ball is behind the receiver, is because of this little hitch at the end. If he can just go 1, 2, 3, get the ball out of his hand, that ball is going to be better timing instead of having to be back here. He's throwing it away from the linebacker. I understand that, but if he had just hit his back foot and let it rip, the tight end's not going to have to spin for the ball. He had a run on 1st and 10, and the next play is going to be probably one of his best throws that I've seen. So about 2nd and 10. What you're going to get here is this is going to be a touchdown to a tight end. He's going to get both tight ends are going to be going up. This guy's going to be working towards the middle of the field. This tight end out here is going to work outside, and then he's going to cross the face of the tight end of this corner. It's going to be really pretty. And he sticks the ball in there. Really nice. Let's watch it in slow motion. You see the vertical inside release of the tight end that was in the down position. And you can see how they're basically two on one right here. So he can see that. This is who he's reading, as this guy right here. His back's to this receiver. He knows right now that this is where he wants to go because he knows this guy's going to be cutting inside. And you see him start to deliver the ball right away. The receiver does a good job of winning to the inside, and the ball's able to get stuck on him. Really nice. This is the best throw of probably my favorite throw of the entire 8 games that I've done of his. This is the safety walking up. This is who he's going to be reading. They get the jam. You can see the safety's got his eyes inside. He's going to throw it right behind that guy, and they stick it in for a touchdown. It's just a beautiful play. It's even better in slow motion. Just watch. It's just so quick, and he does a good job. He doesn't really hitch up as much on this one. Let's watch his feet. Let's see, 1, 2. Still has a little bit of a hitch, but he's able to get the ball out. He's got his eyes on there, and that's a really nice one. You see, it's funny. This is actually a play that you see Trey Lance run in a couple of his games down at the goal line. There's one against North Dakota, and they run it. The only difference between the two quarterbacks on the play is that Lance's tight end doesn't win on his route. He doesn't get inside of the defensive back. This is a really nice one again, like I said. He zips that bad boy in there for a touchdown right at the end of the half. Nice ball. Beautiful throw. Puts them up 35-14. Let's go ahead and slow down really quick. Let me see if I got here. I really appreciate everybody joining in. There's a couple of different ones. Let's just stop real quick. Let's see. So I Make Music asked, can Mac Jones be a top 5 quarterback? I think he compares to the most to Manning, Breeze, and Brady. I think he can be a really good quarterback. I don't know about top 5, maybe, especially with Kyle Shanahan running the show. I think there's a lot of things that a lot of knocks that he gets that are they can go to almost any of these guys. The best games that Justin Fields plays are when he has a running game, and Mac Jones has a running game quite often. His running backs, Najee Harris is a heck of a running back. They average a yard less than Ohio State in 2020. But there's a lot of things I like about him. I'll get to Mac Jones. We'll be taking over. Mac Jones will be a topic for the next week after I get done with Justin Fields. So let's really focus on Fields here, because that's what this one was about. But that's a good question. If this was your team, would you want to be? If this was your team, would you want to? Who would you want to be your quarterback between Lance and Fields? Yeah, that's going to be Trey Lance for me. But that's a topic for another day as well. His footwork's better. He's got some growing that he needs to do, but he's got a much quicker release. That's the difference for me. But they open up the second half here with a quick run, 9 yards. Open up the second half. They're going to run the ball 3 times. I'm going to try to speed through here just a little bit. There's just gouging them on the run. And then they finally get a stop on 1st and 10. They pick up 2 on that one, so it's going to set up 2nd and 8. They're going to go play action on this one here, and it's going to be pretty well covered downfield. It's only a 3-man rush, but sorry, I'm on the wrong play. This was a really nice one, actually. Sorry about that, guys. Yep, I was definitely on the wrong play. Wow. This is a nice one because they're coming out of the bunch. So what you're going to get on this one, the inside receiver is going to be running a corner. The tight end is going to run a little curl to the outside. And then this receiver is going to break open over the middle. The play action, as this one goes through, watch the play action. The play action sucks up the safety. And that's what allows the runner inside. Actually, it's the linebacker. And he's running free right down the middle of the field. And he gets the ball. Nice one. They just blow this one open. I'm a little too far back. Watch the safety flies up. Watch the linebacker jump up. Boom. Now the guy's on his hip and he's gone. The safety's turned. They're double teaming that one receiver for whatever reason. And a little bit of a broken coverage, I think, and they hit it for a nice gain right down the middle of the field. When you're running the way that they've been running the ball, on those plays right before that, stuff happens, and they get a nice little bust, and he makes them pay for it and sticks it right on the open receiver. It's your job. It's one thing to get that wide open receiver. It's another thing for the quarterback to always be able to hit it, and he does it there. 1st and 10, we get a run. That's going to get the ball down into the red zone. We're right on the edge of the red zone. Second down, we get another run. So this is going to set up 3rd and 9. And this is going to be the one big mistake of the game for Fields. So they're going to motion to a bunch. And then out of this bunch, you're going to get Olave running a rail route. So he's going to go down. He's going to get to right about here. Then he's going to go up, and he's going to be running to the corner. The tight end's going to run a little curl. And then this receiver here is going to run a flat. What happens here is the ball comes out late. And because the ball comes out late, a couple of things happen. First off, the ball comes out late. Secondly, because the ball comes out late, the defense, he's going to get the ball tipped to the line of scrimmage. So let's just watch it from here. Because he holds this ball a little longer than it needs to be held. The ball should be out right now. Instead, he's holding it, and he finally throws it there. When he throws it, the ball gets tipped. That allows that part. That's another reason why that guy's able to cut. That corner is able to come off and make the play. Let's watch him from back here. Let me explain why I'm saying he's late. The receiver's open right now. The receiver's open now. And then you can see how much longer it takes for Fields to actually get the ball out of his hands. And it's something that he does quite a bit. One of the things that you hear a lot of talk about when it comes to Ohio State is that he's late on throws because of all the choice routes that they have. This isn't a choice route situation. This is a route where this guy comes up, and you can see from the minute he gets to the goal line, you see where he's going. You know that he's going over here. I don't really know what takes so long for the ball to come out of his hands. So yeah, there are times when they might be running deep downfield choice routes that he's got to hold on for him to get out there. But then there's plays like this where it needs to come out quick in the red zone, and sometimes he does it, and sometimes he doesn't. It's just really inconsistent. That's my thing with it. I guess that's probably the best word that I can use for it. Is it's just he's inconsistent when it on throws that require him to get the ball out on time. Because this would have been one. His lateness is why the ball gets tipped, and then the ball getting tipped is why it's floating through the air, and the guy's able to come off and be able to get to it where it is. Because otherwise, that ball might have been right on the back line of the end zone, or it might have been out of bounds. Who knows where it goes? But it definitely gets tipped. That's the only reason why he throws a wounded duck like that, because he's not going to do that otherwise. And then here they come out to start the next possession. They're backed up, and this is really good coverage. I was when you look at this, there's really nowhere for him to go with the ball. Let's watch. He's looking out to the left. It's all pretty well covered right now. The receiver, he's still going outside, so he's kind of covered himself. Now he's got to come back this other way. And he wants to go to the flat, but that guy's right there. So now he takes another peek in the middle. It's covered again. And he steps out, and now he's going to throw it away. So he's in the pocket for a long, long time before he gets rid of this ball. I think really what needed to happen is he needed this receiver to step inside of this defensive back. If he'd kind of come up in here, he might have. I think that's what he was hoping that he was going to get. Anyway, he chucks it out of bounds. Just nobody open. Not his fault. Can't really do a whole lot else other than what he just did. And then they're going to run the ball here on second down. They're going to get stopped for no gain. Shoot. They get stopped for no gain here. Now we can. Darn it. I forgot. So I don't think we're going to get to see it from there, but you're going to see that he's going to be looking down the field. Steps up, does a nice job here, flipping it out to the running back, and his running back does a really nice job over there, coming off the check down and be able to pick up a first down. And then run. You got to run on first down. Gains 5. You can run it here on second down. Nice big gain for a first. And then on first down, we're going to run it again and gain nothing. No gain, excuse me. Running back kind of slips. So that sets up second and 10, and this sets up the throw that everybody absolutely loves. And it is a heck of a ball. It's 35-21. He's gonna hit his back foot. He's gonna be looking over here to the right side. It's pretty well covered. He's gonna turn and he's gonna have Olave running down the middle of the field for a touchdown. So he's got this little out. There's no way this guy's gonna be there. And he steps over. He's got Olave running deep. And he just lets it fly, and it's in for a touchdown. When you watch it from the end zone, you'll see it's quick to the right, boom, and he lets it go to the middle of the field. Heck of a throw. He throws the ball about 62 yards here. That's as far as he's thrown the ball in any game all season long. Just watch out one more time. Play action. He's looking to the right. He's looking at that. You can see by his angle when he gets to the top of his drop right here. He's looking at that. His eyes are looking right out there at that receiver who's covered. Gets a little bit of pressure, turns to the middle. He's got him open, and he hits it. Really nice ball, huge throw, and it puts him up by 21. Their next drive, to start off with a little sprint to the left. He does a really nice job on a curl. Easy pitch and catch on this one. There's not a whole lot to read, but it's a nice job of getting his shoulder turned. He does a really good job again of getting that depth, so he's kind of running forward a little bit as he goes to throw it. He does a good job of getting that shoulder turned around so that he gets his aim point to him. You're going to see it here. See that nice depth step at the start of it. Gets himself turned, and he's got his momentum all going forward. Nice ball to 6 for a first down. Then they got a wide receiver screen out here to the right side. Gets blown up. It's not blocked very well. And then on 2nd and 10, you get a run play for 2. And then they go back to they're going to try to throw it here on 3rd and 9, try to pick up the first down, and they bring the blitz, and there's just nowhere for him to go. You know, the blitz is on him so quick. This receiver is barely starting to get into his route, and he's already getting sacked. This receiver down here, let's go back and watch it one more time. Let's just see how quickly he would have had to get the ball out. So it would have had to have been pretty quick. He has him down here, but it would have had to have been a bang throw. And it's a pretty quick sack. So I'm not going to ding him on that one as to be his responsibility. There's a lot worse plays that Justin Fields put out there where he against the blitz where he misses or gets sacked where he shouldn't have. This one I wouldn't say is on him. The blitz is just too quick, and he never even has a chance to look out here to the right side. So now we get into the 4th quarter. You're going to get a run here on first down. Nice big run for another first down. And then here on this next one, let's watch. The next play here is going to be a play action. It's going to be a deep shot again, another deep post. He's got 2 guys wide open. Just look at everything. Everybody just bites. Everybody's at the line of scrimmage. He's got this guy running the deep post with a guy on him. If he wanted to, he could have thrown it out to the right. That guy's even more wide open over here. You got guys just running all over the place in the secondary for Ohio State on this one. Nobody around him, and on the blitz, it's picked up pretty well, and it comes out so quick. He knows where he wants to go as soon as he sees the blitz. His eyes are on him the whole way. You can see that. Watch it from the end zone. You're going to see him. He rides it. He knows where he wants to go. He's following the receiver the whole way. He just runs by everybody, and they hit him for a touchdown. Nice. And then they come out here with a nice little run to start it off. Gain of about 6. It'll play action, boot out to the right to the flat. He gets a little bit of pressure on him, and he's not able to hit it. And then this will be his last throw of the game. So this will be, we'll end it here. This next one's going to be, they're sitting at what's that? 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, right in that ballpark, 3rd and 4. And they're going to be running a wheel out here to the right side with the running back. This is where the ball should have gone. He has the first down right here. Instead, he throws it to a guy that's double covered, and it's almost intercepted. Not a big deal. I mean, at this point in the game, they're up by, I think, 20, 21 points or somewhere in that neighborhood. Yeah, it's 49-28. So they got this one pretty well wrapped up. But remember, you're going to get a wheel from the running back with a curl. This is a 49er concept, something that we would possibly be seeing from them, where the guy runs a little inside and then you get the wheel route behind it. And it's third and 5. You could have picked up the first down with the curl underneath instead of going down the field. And that's it. I don't think there's any more. I don't think there are any more passing plays. I don't have any more passing plays on my notes. Let me just come over here and check out the side, see if there's any questions. Yeah, Luke says, great job on that long TD, moving in the pocket, creating a throwing lane. I think you're talking about that deep ball down the middle of the field, Luke, and the one that everybody's really excited about. I think that's the one you're talking about. He definitely does. He does a good job of going from the right to the middle and throwing it. It's a beautiful throw. I mean, he launches that sucker 60-something yards, so you can't really beat that. And yeah, he does a good job of going from the right, kind of stepping over, avoiding the rush, and then launching that ball down the field. Really nice. Raymond says his deep ball would help take some coverage away from the middle of the field. I feel like the defense just take away the middle of the field with Garoppolo. That's true. I mean, definitely that's one of the problems when you look at Jimmy Garoppolo's chart of where he throws the ball. The majority of the time where he's going to hit it is going to be in the middle of the field. All of his deep balls are usually in the middle of the field. Only time he usually hits a ball on the outside on either downfield on either the left or the right is if it's a shot play. That's pre-called for him. It's not. He usually doesn't choose those routes. So you see that here with Justin Fields. You see that when you watch Trey Lance, and you even see that with Mac Jones. To be honest with you, he throws a much better ball outside the numbers down the field than Jimmy Garoppolo does. So I think really with all these guys that they're looking at, they all have that ability to do it better than what Garoppolo does. Garoppolo never really showed that ability even in college. He was much more of a quick thrower in college, a lot more short stuff. Didn't really have the deep ball as often as you see even with Mac Jones out of Alabama or here. There's a couple of things though with Fields and Lance that I like better with him. Let's see what else we got. I think that's about it. I don't see any other questions or anything like that. But really, kind of wrapping up on Justin Fields. I'm going to post a little bit later on Twitter the comments that Chris Sims made about Justin Fields and his concerns, because I see all those concerns. I see the concerns with his legs. There's a tendency from him to throw the ball late, and it's the the discussion with the late throws is always the excuse is always that he's got to wait for it to open up, or they're throwing the ball down the field. So he's got to wait for the receiver to determine where his route is, or those kinds of things. Those are always the what you hear as the excuses for why he's late. But the reason that I talk about him being late is he's got a couple of things. He's got a long motion, so when you watch him throw, he almost is always hitching. There are times, if you go ahead and watch back on some of the other games that I've done, you'll see. I made a mention of it in the Northwestern game. There was a throw where he took an out throw, and it was just out of the shotgun like we saw tonight. He hits 1, 2, 3, and the ball comes out. But that's the rarity with Justin Fields. Most of the time, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, hit that back foot. He's going to hitch up and throw. And there's always a time. There always seems like there's his balls sometimes that become tight window throws when they don't have to be, where he's throwing guys and sticking them up against the sideline when they don't need to be. So that's my big thing with him is I think he's late on throws because of his motion. And I think he struggles at times against pressure because he doesn't see the field very well. There's times when he gets pressure and there's room for him to get a ball out, and he just doesn't get it out. You see that quite a bit in the Indiana game, in the Northwestern game where he struggled. He's just not pulling the trigger on throws that are there. So, it's it's interesting. That's and I going back to like that hitch thing, I took a look at it. I've been looking at these guys so much, and I was looking at him, and I was comparing Justin Fields to say Trey Lance because I wanted to go back and see Lance again and see if he's got that same hitch in his throw, and he doesn't. Sometimes he does, but it's not as much. And that kind of leads to what Luke says right here, where he said I saw an old Bill Walsh training video showing a hitch equals X yards run by a cornerback, and that's absolutely correct, and that's really what I'm getting at. And it's not only is it X yards run by a cornerback where he's able to get up and make a play on the ball, it's also X yards run by a receiver. So there's times when his hitch allows or causes the receiver to get into a situation where now the DB is closer to him and able to come across, because instead of him throwing the ball and getting it out of his hand when that receiver, say 10 yards downfield, his hitch is now getting that receiver to 12 or 13 yards. So then that's taking him into a coverage situation, or if he's running an out route, he runs it and he gets into that hitch, and instead of being able to get that ball out of his hand right as the receiver makes his break, he hitches up. The receiver now has taken 3 or 4 steps closer to the sideline. So now by the time the ball gets there, it's right on the sideline instead of him being able to catch the ball and possibly turn it up and making a play after it. So that's just, that's kind of what I'm talking about. And if you go back, there's all of my videos. I've done you can go back and you can watch every throw from Justin Fields in 2020. I broke them all down. There's 6 of them on my page. There's 2 over on Grant Cohn's YouTube channel, the 2 that we did. Over on Grant's, you're going to find the national championship game against Alabama, I believe, and then also his game against Penn State. So if there's any question, anything you want to see on Justin Fields, it's all out there on YouTube between my page and Grant's with his games from 2020. So I really appreciate everybody joining on a Monday night here at 9 o'clock, late night. But I really appreciate you guys joining, and keep your eye out. Now that I'm done with this one, we'll be jumping into Mac Jones. So we've got a bunch of Lance, all of Fields, and Mac Jones will be starting up probably tomorrow, I hope. So thanks again, everybody, and I really appreciate you making the time, and we'll be back at you soon.